Let's be real, getting restarted on your weight loss journey after quote unquote failure, aka regaining weight, is fucking difficult. I will never in my life sugarcoat how fucking hard it is, how much strength it takes, how much courage it takes, how much effort it takes, and how much belief in yourself it takes. When you lose a significant amount of weight and then you have some struggles in your life for whatever reason, something happens, something triggers you, you take your foot off the gas, the diet that you chose was actually completely unsustainable and you can't stick to it, or for whatever reason, your weight loss journey turned into a weight regain journey. And then you've woken up and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? I fucking hate being here. I'm not happy in my body. I'm not healthy. I'm puffing walking upstairs. I'm so uncomfortable in my skin. None of my clothes fit anymore. People stopped commenting on how good I look. I feel like shit. I'm ashamed. I'm frustrated. I feel like a failure. If you've gotten to that point and you're like, fuck this shit. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of feeling like this. I'm sick of feeling lethargic. I'm sick of looking in the mirror and hating what I see. I'm sick of speaking to myself like a fucking asshole. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. If that is you and you want to get restarted on your weight loss journey after weight regain, as I said, it is not easy. But just because it's not easy, that does not mean that it is impossible. In fact, it is entirely possible, and I am living proof of that. Hi, my name's Kate. If you have never seen me before, if this is the first piece of content you've ever seen of me, I lost 50 kilos, nearly 50, like 46 kilos or something. At the time, I was a town planner. I fucking hated it. I was sitting in an office making developers rich, being the little subdivision chick, writing the same report for a different site over and over again. I fucking hated it. Simultaneously lost a shitload of weight. That was when online coaching had sort of just started kicking off. I decided to get qualified as a personal trainer, get a certification in nutrition, start a business to help other women transform their fucking lives. And for several years, I helped hundreds of women transform. I helped women lose at least 20 kilos. I ran workshops. I co-authored a book. I was recognized internationally. I had a lot of different articles written about me. And truly, I never thought that I, someone who had lost nearly 50 kilos, and I, a personal trainer and weight loss coach, would be one of the statistics of weight regain. I never, ever thought that I would be one of those people who would end up regaining weight after working so fucking hard to lose weight. I thought that I was capable of maintaining my results. However, first of all, I did a bodybuilding comp, and that was the most restrictive, depriving, unsustainable fucking thing of my life that completely tore apart my relationship with my body, my relationship with food, and my relationship with myself. Then on top of that, I faced several unexpected, very, very difficult life challenges, some of which I will never talk about. One of which was a breakup with someone who I truly thought was my human and I was marrying, and they were forever and they were going to be the father to my children. And if you've been through a breakup to someone who you thought you were going to be with forever, you know how difficult that is. So a bunch of shit happened consecutively over a relatively short space of time. And as a result of that, because I, one, did not have the tools in place to cope with my emotions, I then, two, fell back into old coping modes, aka food, and as a result of that, I regained nearly all of the weight. Honestly, I don't know for sure how much it was because I stopped getting on the fucking scale, but it was at least 30 to 35 kilos of the weight that I had lost, which was nearly 50. So like nearly all of it. I regained nearly all of the weight that I had lost. As a result of that, I felt so fucking ashamed. I felt like such a failure. I burnt my business to the ground because I was not in integrity. I could not help other people lose weight while I was rapidly regaining weight. I felt like a fraud. I felt like an imposter. It was so out of alignment and integrity that I burnt my business to the ground. So then on the back of that, I went through a lot of financial struggles. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. I fell into a deep depression. I had many thoughts of not wanting to be on this planet anymore. And honestly, I was so deep and dark at the bottom of fucking rock bottom that I couldn't see light. I couldn't see a way out. And it sounds dramatic, but honestly, at the time, I felt like I would never feel joy again. Again, I know that sounds dramatic, but truly that's how I felt at the time. So if you are someone who has regained weight after a significant loss, when I say I fucking get it, I fucking get it. Not only had I regained the weight, but I had been an inspiration to literally thousands of people. I had thousands of followers online, thousands of people who had followed my journey, who'd been inspired by my journey, who had complimented me on my efforts and being an inspirational person. So not only did I let myself down, I let down what I felt like I let down my family who had supported me and been there for me. I felt like I had let down my friends who had also supported me. I felt like I had let down my clients who had trusted me with their journey. I felt like I had let down these thousands of people who I had inspired. And so on top of the shame of regaining weight, the failure, I also felt like I let down literally thousands of people. Now, the truth is, no one really gave a fuck. Like, no one cares more about the shit that you're going through than you do. And I'm sure people on the internet were not like, oh, she let me down because she'd inspired me. But these are all of the stories that you create in your head, right? So when I say that I know it's fucking hard to get restarted on your weight loss journey, I know how fucking hard it is. I was in the depths of depression. I was at rock fucking bottom, and I truly did not want to be here anymore. I did not feel like I would ever feel happy again. I didn't know how to get out of it. And I got so sick of feeling that way that one day I woke up and I'm like, bitch, sort your fucking shit out. Gave myself a little slap around, metaphorically, not actually physically. And I decided that I needed to sort my fucking shit out. Because I didn't want to feel that way anymore. I didn't want to feel ashamed. I didn't want to feel like a failure. I didn't want to hate myself. I didn't want to speak to myself like shit. And I didn't want to feel so fucking uncomfortably in my body. I didn't want to feel so unfit. I didn't want to feel so yuck and sluggish and gross. I didn't want to actually reach for the food that I was reaching for. I didn't want to do any of it. It was just that I utilized old coping modes. I used food to numb, suppress, avoid my emotions, and I'd found myself in this position. So I got started again. And what I wanted to share with you today is 7 things that I think human beings who are in this exact position need to do in order to get themselves out and to get restarted again. Before we get into it, I want to say that these are overarching big scale shifts that you need to make. And in another episode, I will talk about the actual physical habits that you should implement to take action to get restarted again. So the first one is to unfuck your mind. Your mind controls your actions. What you think causes how you feel, which creates an action. So you either do something or you don't do something. And as a result of doing something or not doing something consistently, it shows up in your life as a result or a habit. So it is fucking important to understand all the shit that you were telling yourself, like the stories of shame and failure, all of your limiting beliefs. And you have to clear out all of that shit and stop speaking to yourself like a fucking asshole, because that is truly what is holding you back. You need to learn how to drop the shame, forgive yourself for your mistakes, understand the root cause of not only why you struggle with your weight, but also what was the trigger or the reason or the root cause for why you regained weight, and clean out all of the shit in your head so that you have a fresh slate, a clean start. You need to forget your past experience. You need to forget that you've regained weight, accept that you are here right now. This is the truth, and use this as a fresh chapter, a fresh fucking book to get started again. Number 2, you need to improve your relationship with food. Probably what is happening right now is that you are using food as your coping mode. You are using food to numb, suppress, or avoid uncomfortable or difficult emotions. You are using it to comfort yourself. You are using it because you feel ashamed, and so therefore you're just like shoving food down your throat to not have to feel that. And then what happens when you shove food down your throat and in an hour's time you feel sick, and so therefore you feel frustrated that you did that and you feel ashamed that you did that? You then use food to mask those emotions, so it becomes this huge fucking cycle of using food to deal with your emotions. But what you actually have to do is to understand your emotions and what emotion actually exists, and give yourself what you truly need in that moment that, FYI, is not food. So you need to look at food and work out how to improve your relationship with it so that you are not using food to fill your emotional needs. If you have no idea where to start with that, comment on this video if you're watching on YouTube, or shoot me a DM on Instagram if you're listening to this podcast, and let me know if you don't know how to do that and I can create an episode for you. Number 3 is to create awareness of your emotional eating triggers. So following on from the last point, you need to start to take awareness and understand what emotion triggers your eating. Is it shame? Is it stress? Is it boredom? Is it loneliness? Is it frustration? What is the most prominent emotion that then causes you to reach for food? When you can understand what that trigger is or what that emotion is, you can then actually learn how to implement different practices and different coping modes to deal with that emotion or to fill that emotional need that are not food related. Number 4, I need to remind you that there's no fucking deadline. Diet culture has led you to believe that in order to achieve your weight loss results, it has to be quick, it has to be fast, and it has to happen fucking yesterday. A lot of people approach a diet with a start and an end point in mind, and they think that they have to be perfect within that time period for 8, 10, 12 weeks, maybe 6 months, so that after they complete the diet, then they can go back to what they were doing before. If you approach your weight loss this way, you will forever struggle with weight loss and weight regain or yo-yo dieting. There is no fucking deadline on this weight loss process. And let me reframe that to a health journey or becoming a healthier human. If you constantly approach dieting or weight loss with a start and an end point in mind, you will forever struggle with your weight. You will forever struggle with being on a diet or off a diet. Instead of thinking about it that way, start to think about it that it is a lifelong journey. Take your time to switch your habits, integrate a new mindset, create a new normal, aka a healthy lifestyle, and make sustainable changes that will actually fucking last. Number 5 is to be process focused, not outcome focused. Instead of focusing on the amount of weight that you want to lose or the number on the scale and therefore focusing on the gap between where you are right now and where you want to be, focus on the small daily actions that you need to take in a 24-hour period. Put your blinders on. Focus on what you can do today. Show up as best as you can today. Make a 1% improvement today. And then when you wake up tomorrow, approach your day the same. Instead of focusing on, I need to lose 20 kilos or 50 kilos or I need to be a size 10, just focus on developing habits, behaviors, mindsets, and lifestyles in today. Number 6 is to shift. Why does that look so weird? Number 6 is to shift your identity. Now this one's quite big and it will take time for sure, but if you want to stop struggling with weight regain, weight loss, weight regain, yo-yo dieting, as I said before, you need to create a new normal. There is a big difference in someone who has the mindset of I'm on a diet, meaning it's for a short set period of time, you're just being 100% perfect so that you can go back to what you were doing before, and someone who considers themselves as the embodiment of the identity of a healthy human who lives a healthy life for the rest of their life. The person who says, I'm on a diet, is only going to commit for a set period of time. The person who says and shifts their identity to, I'm a healthy human for the rest of my life, approaches the process completely differently. Instead of just focusing on losing weight, you're actually then focusing on building the mindset, habits, behaviors, lifestyle, and identity of a healthy human. And a healthy human lives a healthy lifestyle for the rest of their life. The behaviors and habits become a part of who they are, not just what they do for a short period of time, it's who they are. And so therefore, what you do doesn't actually require that much conscious thought. For example, I've been training in the gym very consistently 4 to 6 times a week, every single week, except for when I've been sick, for 12 years now. These days, it's not even a thought of will I go to the gym or not. It's I'm going to the gym regardless of how I feel because it's so ingrained in who I am and the way that I live my life. So when you switch your identity from someone who's just losing weight or on a diet for a set period of time to I'm a healthy human, and as a result of that identity, these are the behaviors that I exhibit, I eat well most of the time. I exercise most of the time. I live an active lifestyle most of the time. Not only will you be able to lose weight, you will actually be able to maintain your results for the rest of your life because you will consistently be practicing the habits and behaviors that got you to your results in the first place. Lastly, number 7 is to hire a coach. You are 95% more likely to achieve your goals if you are held accountable to them. If you know that you have to speak to someone about why you did something, if you know that someone is going to be checking in with you, if you know that someone has set behaviors out for you and it is your responsibility to do them. Not only that, if you are someone who has struggled with weight loss and regain and you're struggling with this emotional shitstorm that exists in front of you, shame, failure, guilt, frustration, embarrassment, self-judgment, self-loathing, depression, going at it alone is a surefire way to continue down the path that you are down. It takes courage to admit that you need help. It takes courage to ask for help. However, if you get help from someone who fucking truly understands the emotional shitstorm that you are facing right now, who completely understands the mindset and the thoughts and the habits and the emotional eating and the shame of your choices, if you get help from a person like that who truly understands it, it can be the most empowering journey that you undertake. And when I say I understand your struggles, I could not understand them fucking more. It took me 3 to 4 years to move through all of this shit, the shame, the frustration, the guilt, the self-loathing, the judgment, the feeling like I'm a fucking failure and a piece of shit and talking to myself like I was a piece of shit on the floor. It took 3 to 4 years to move through that. Now, I'm able to help you process that in 6 weeks. I created a program called Restart. Everything that I've mentioned, these 7 points, I guess 6 points because the 7th is to hire me, these 6 points are exactly what I will teach you to do within Restart. I am here to help you unfuck your dieting mind so that you can not only lose weight, but lose weight forever. I'm here to help you get restarted on your weight loss journey, but not only just get restarted, to actually integrate the mindset, habits, behaviors, lifestyle, and completely fucking shift your identity so that you go from someone who has been struggling with their weight their entire fucking life, struggling with yo-yo dieting for their entire fucking life, struggling with your body image for your entire fucking life, struggling with your self-worth for your entire fucking life, to stepping into the woman not only capable of losing weight, but completely fucking shifting her identity so she believes in herself, she feels confident in her own skin, she actually learns how to love herself through respecting herself and her body, she learns how to improve her relationship with food, she can have a block of fucking chocolate in the cupboard and not go to town on it in 3 seconds flat. She can go to bed at night feeling proud and fulfilled because she's shown the fuck up for herself, because she starts to believe in herself, because she's entirely shifted her self-perception. That is what Restart helps you do. And continuing on post-Restart is how you will then become the woman capable of not only losing weight, but entirely shifting her identity and being able to maintain her weight loss results. So if this video or podcast resonated with you, if you're like, fuck, this is me, I really want to get restarted, I don't know where to start, I feel this emotional shitstorm in front of me and I don't know how to overcome it, I know that I need to move through it, but it's going to be hard and I really need support with that, then I am the fucking girl for you. When I say I get it, I truly fucking get it. So if this has helped you, if this resonates with you, if you feel like I'm speaking directly to you, then you are the perfect candidate for Restart. In the show notes of the podcast episode or the description of this video, you will find a link to apply to work with me. The reason that it is application based is because this is an emotional journey. Let's be fucking real. It's going to be difficult. I have girls crying on my coaching calls nearly every week, in the most beautiful, vulnerable way. And what comes as a result of getting help and getting support and being vulnerable and courageous in sharing what you're struggling with, on the other side of that is an entire fucking transformation, a life transformation, a self transformation, a body transformation. every fucking type of transformation. So get people to apply because I don't want to work with everyone. Program is not for everyone. It's not for you if you want a fucking quick fix and just to lose weight. You have to be willing to put in the work. And so if you are willing to put in the work, go ahead and apply, and I will shoot you through a message and we can have a conversation and see if we are a good fit. If you are not ready to get help and get coaching, that's totally cool. I hope that this video has helped you. I also have a free community group where people ask questions and post things and ask for support and all kinds of stuff. If you want to join that, the link is below this as well. I'm absolutely rooting for you. If you've gotten this far, I know how tough it is, but you are tougher. You are stronger. Prove to yourself that you are capable, because you fucking are. I love you. I am rooting for you. Thank you for listening or watching. Thank you for spending this time with me. And as always, I will catch you tomorrow.